And now the Hansons and Hiatus podcast with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It's another episode of Hansons on Hiatus, episode 39 to be exact. I am your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And we have quite the episode for you today. Because some shit went down this weekend.
It was quite the weekend.
Yeah. But as usual, if you'd like to support the podcast, we greatly appreciate it. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us a beer. You can buy us 5 beers, whatever you feel like.
Woo.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate.
Yeah. And also follow us on Instagram at Hansons on Hiatus, not Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere we can get podcasts. Follow us, subscribe, do whatever the platform tells you to do.
All the things.
We were talking about that earlier, like Facebook. Like, do you call them, like, do you tell someone to like you or follow you? And it's like, it's different. I don't. It's and for pages, but like personally, there's people that follow my personal account, but they aren't friends. Like you can see any, like yours. Like if you post like anything public, people can follow you and they'll see those public posts, but then they don't see your like your private stuff. Yeah. So I think it's the same thing with pages. You can like follow them or like them, which I don't know why there's a difference because it's basically the same fucking thing. I would think.
Doesn't it? I'm sure it means something
Who
different.
knows? So this past weekend, we kind of did stuff a little different or a little or separate, you know, because we usually do most everything together because I enjoy being around you.
You're just always here.
I don't want you to have half my stuff. Just kidding. Just joking. But you went to the boat show.
Yes.
Tell us about the boat show. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, you went last year with your friends, correct?
Yeah, we went last year, so this is our second annual Cancun boat show. My BFF is in town, and her birthday is on December 23rd, so we never really get to celebrate it together. So we thought, come on down to Mexico, and we'll go to the Cancun boat show and kick your birthday month off, with a bang.
Yeah. So what was it like last year? What was
last
included?
year was so much fun. It was like I don't even remember what ticket we bought, like a general admission. And
$15.
$15, but it was like drinks and food and this and that. And we ended up getting into the VIP. We had all these great like epic tales. We got in the VIP and all these drinks and all this food and stuff like that. It was a good time. Met a lot of good people, went on a bunch of yachts that we can't afford.
So this year, what ticket did you? Last year you were general admission, but you got let into the VIP.
Right.
Because it's like 10 ladies, 10 good looking women.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, hey, come on in.
Yeah, we had about 10 last year. This year we had 6, which was fine. Still beautiful ladies. And yeah, I think we just bought the general admission. It wasn't very busy last year. So I think that's, obviously we're beautiful. But then they let us in, like, nobody's in here. Get in here and do things.
Yeah.
So this year we had 6 girls. We rented a little shuttle. Actually, our people.
JF Tours?
Yes, JF Tours. We rented them. Went up to Cancun for the day. Had a great day.
So how did that go? So you went up there with a bunch of the ladies. You took a van. Cancun's like 45, 50 minutes away.
Yeah.
And you had a bunch of White Claws that we got a great deal on.
We did. We got some good White Claw deals, which we really don't drink White Claws here. They're the most expensive seltzer in Mexico.
Yeah, because they're imported. Yeah.
Imported. But there was a bunch. People must not be buying them. So they were like 15, 16 pesos a can. We scooped those up. Actually, that was your call. You saw those. So yeah, we were definitely pre-gaming in the van. We had some of the girls brought like full bottles of champagne, like popping them in the van. And then I made a makeshift cooler with all of our seltzers in the bag. And this guy was really nice. Drove us up there. We're drinking the whole time. And we didn't finish all of our drinks. So once we got to the boat show, we had to figure that out. How are we going to smuggle all these seltzers and champagne bottles in? But I had like a Trader Joe's bag in my purse because I thought, if we go shopping or something like that, I should have another bag. So I had that, shoved everything in there, and they didn't check our bag. So that was nice.
Nice.
But we bought the VIP tickets this year. They were $50 a pop. But
what's that include?
Unlimited drinks, unlimited food, access to different, like areas at the marina. So we thought. So we got there, we check in. We get into the VIP. We're like, we're going straight to the VIP. Let's get our drink on. We're going to get some snacks, have fun.
Shots, ladies.
Shots, all the things, Chrissy has I got her a little birthday tiara. So we're, pulling that at the VIP. We get in there and first round of girls, we find a table. First round of girls goes up, check out the bar. They come back. Everyone looks mad. We're all like, what's wrong? Everyone has drinks, but everyone looks mad. I'm like, what happened? Not unlimited drinks this year. It was too rowdy last year.
What?
Not doing unlimited drinks this year at all. You get 2 drinks with your ticket, but unlimited food, like finger foods, appetizers and stuff like that. Yeah. So people were already mad. We're talking to to some of the girls who went up, talked to the ticket booth, whatever. We figured we'll make the best of it. So they're supposed to mark your wristband. They give you a wristband when you get in, like as your ticket. No ticket coupons or how are they keeping track of this? They said they're supposed to mark our wristbands. Didn't end up doing that. They're very specific about marking these wristbands. Nobody marked any of ours. So we had a few extra rounds of drinks, which was great. And then what else? With
Isn't Chrissy get in a fight with somebody?
Well, we have
not a fight, but we have
very strong independent women in our group. So this one guy's looking at us, and we have the same couple servers. There's 2 different servers there, and we see this one guy looking at us, and I noticed, and my best friend noticed, and she's like, "What does he keep saying to our server?" And then the server comes up, and she's being all weird. So she's like, "I'm gonna go talk to him, see what the problem is." And I'm like, be nice. We have a few more hours here. We don't have a ride home yet.
Don't kick us out.
Be nice. We have nowhere to go. So she goes up to him, talks to him, and I see her, talking to him, whatever. Comes back, and long story short, he was like, "You already had your 2 free drinks, so I told the server to not serve you anymore." And she's like, "Absolutely not. I have not had my 2 drinks." Showed him my wristband. It's clean. He was like, "Oh. Well, I saw you earlier in the VIP with a bottle of champagne that we brought in, but no one said anything."
Well, what did he say to you? When he saw you with the champagne?
We were trying to hide it a little bit. He came up to us and was like, "Ladies," he was really nice. "Ladies, if you want to drink that, you need to go outside the VIP." We're like, "Oh, okay, cool. We'll go walk around, finish our drinks." Meanwhile, every single girl has a White Claw in a koozie. We're standing there all with drinks. I don't know if he thought we got it there, but they didn't have seltzers there. So whatever. So,
well, and if you got 2 free drinks, I doubt one of them is a bottle of champagne.
Exactly.
So he knew you were bringing things in that weren't from there.
That's what my best friend was saying to him. How does the bottle of champagne add up for my 2 drinks? I did not buy this here. You saw us bring it in. You called us on it, and we, took care of it. We went and drank it outside like classy ladies do.
Yeah.
So that was the same manager. He said, "Well, you already had your 2 free drinks. Big to do." But then after that, once she proved him wrong that we didn't have our 2 free drinks, I didn't have mine. A couple girls didn't have theirs either. He was really nice after that. Kept coming by going, "Are you ladies okay?" And we're all like, go away. Tried to kick us out. Get out of here. We're just like, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But yeah, it was a good day. No one got hurt. No one got lost. I will say too, positive, we had 6 women on the same pee schedule. That never happens.
Oh shoot. Your streams aligned.
We did. Once we got there, we hit it at the same time. It was wonderful. That was great.
Nice. Did you get anything free?
Nothing free this year. I was so excited for the free merch that we got last year. Everything was to buy this year. Hats were $20. Shirts were $50.
What?
Who's buying a hat?
Fucking boat show hat.
Boat show. Cancun boat show?
Yeah. Unless it says boats and hoes. I don't care.
It didn't. If it was fun, we probably would have bought it.
Okay. Yeah. Screw that hat.
But it was a good day. We had fun. Nobody found a yacht daddy.
No yacht daddies.
No yacht daddies.
That's what I told y'all.
Quit working.
I said, you guys find a yacht daddy, bring him back so we can all go on his boat and then not have to work again.
Yes, I know. I pushed all the girls. We couldn't find him. It just was slim pickings this boat season. So.
Oh my God. Did you get back on time? Is everybody sober? I mean, not sober, but not blackout?
Yeah, we were kind of all more tired by the end of the day. It was kind of hot. We were ready to go once he picked us up. All the drinks were gone. We had no roadies. Everyone there was good planning on the way up, poor planning on the way back. Everybody's like, "I'm so thirsty. Where are we? Can we stop anywhere? No, 45 minutes. We're going to Playa. Everybody's like dying until we got back here.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
It was fun.
But nothing like terrible happened. Nobody like fell in the ocean or anything.
No,
like that.
nothing terrible happened. So that's a win in my book. We had fun. We had drinks.
Yeah.
We had laughs. We took great pictures. Like that marina is the best place for pictures. You have the water and all the boats, and those buildings in Cancun are like phenomenal.
I forgot how built up Cancun is.
It really is.
Like just going, driving through, or if you're going through by the water, just seeing all the hotel zone and everything. It is. I forget why people go there. I think of it as my like spring break brain. I'm like, what do you want to go to Cancun? That's where fucking everybody goes. That's what it's the old tired thing.
Yeah.
But it is a very nice place, and they have very nice hotels.
Everything
The beaches
there.
are good too.
They are. They're beautiful. They have everything there. Just where the marina was, where we were at, they had this whole like shopping complex and restaurants also. So you could go there. It was like all the high end, makeup stores and clothing stores and this and that. But then they had all these different restaurants. And on the way to the ladies' room, Buffalo Wild Wings right there.
Ooh.
It was like the least fancy place in there. I'm like, can we go there later?
Yeah, B-dubs.
Love it. Couldn't believe there's a B-dubs.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you had a nice, uneventful day.
Safe day.
Safe day.
It was eventful.
Yeah. Let me set up for my part.
You need some like space.
Yeah, let me stretch here. All right.
Can I say real quick?
Right.
When I go and do things, you don't have to go do things. You could stay home too. But I'm glad you went and did things.
No, I have to do things. I always have to do something. I can't just stay home unless I'm like, it's a rainy Sunday or something like that.
Yeah.
But so my plan was I'm going to go snorkeling. So I was going to take the ferry over to Cozumel, do a little snorkeling. And I left decently early in the morning because I want to get there at a good time.
You did. You left way early.
We know the sun, since daylight savings. I mean, we don't do daylight savings, but since the changes of the seasons, sun's going down earlier, so you don't get as much beach time. If you get out there at like noon, you got like a couple hours.
Right.
So I think I left like eight something, and went down to the ferry. And I didn't look at the times, and they alternate like evens and odds every other day. Yeah, and I did not look at it, so I was going by last month. And so I missed the ferry.
That never happens.
No, it really doesn't. But I was by myself, so I wasn't like trying to get everybody get all my ducks in a row.
Right.
But so I was just by myself, and it's great. I love doing stuff either by myself or just you and I or whatever, because we can just maneuver easily.
Right.
So, and this is a perfect example of it. So I missed the ferry. The bus station is like right across the street from it, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to go to Isla Mujeres, which is near Cancun.
Right. Could have hitched a ride with us.
I know. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I jump on the bus, and it's like $6 or $7 to go to Cancun.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, fuck, why not? I got my snorkel, I got all my shit for the beach and everything, so I'm good to go. Jump on the bus, take it up there. And so what you have to do is you take the bus to the Cancun bus station. Then you have to get from the bus station to the ferry port, take the ferry port, or take the ferry over to Isla Mujeres, to the island. So, and luckily in Cancun, they have some Uber. It's not like the only mode of transportation, obviously, but you can take Uber.
Right.
So, because the taxis, a lot of times will fuck you over or whatever. I mean, they're not, I wouldn't say don't take taxis. I'm just saying,
not all of
you
them.
have to kind of have an idea of how much it should cost, or they're going to maybe try to gouge you a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Gringo tax.
So when exactly. So I get to the bus station, I take an Uber, which was like $5, 15 minutes over to the ferry port. And I get to the ferry port. We've been there a handful of times. We know how it is. It's very similar to Cozumel ferry. It's literally the same company, Ultramar. But this one's half the price and half the distance. Instead of like a 40-minute ferry ride, it's a 20-minute ferry ride.
Much nicer.
Yeah. So I get to the port, and I'm like, I already have my ticket. I bought it online. I'm getting in line, and there's always like a bag check, and it's just a guy that he's a military or he's a police officer or whatever, National Guard.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, it depends on who they have that day. And I don't normally have a bag. Usually have a bag, so I usually don't get checked. And so I'm by myself and I'm in line, and I scan my ticket, and then the security, the port authority, I guess, calls me over to he's like, hey, get your bag checked. I had a backpack on. So they go through my bag, and the woman that is checking my bag pulls out my vape pen and puts it in there. I was like, fuck, I forgot that was in there.
Damn it.
Yes. So he looks at it and he smells it and he goes, CBD? Oh. And I was like, yes, sir.
Sure. Whatever you want it to be.
And then he goes, CBD is illegal in Mexico, which, so everybody knows, CBD is not illegal in Mexico. No. I don't know why every time they find one of our vape pens, I mean, what happened to you one time when, 5 years ago. Yeah. And they always say CBD for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if they're trying to get you to admit to something or whatever. And so I just played dumb. Luckily I have a US ID and I have a stoner white guy face. Yeah. And so I just said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And he doesn't speak the best English, or he's just pretending not to speak the best English, because he gets on his phone and translates it. And he says, this is illegal in Mexico. It carries a fine of $600 US or 36 hours in jail. But then it goes down to say, you can pay $400 US right now. Meet me in the bathroom where there are no cameras, and you can be on your way.
Of course.
So I feel like I'm a real Mexican now because I've been extorted by the police.
A few times now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this one, this was a big one.
This is a big one.
So
Jesus.
I'm just thinking he just wants something. I'm like, I think a lot of times they throw out a high number thinking that we have all this money or whatever. Yeah. But a lot of time we've had another waiter tell us, he's like, man, just keep $20 in your pocket. You'll be fine or whatever. Yeah. So I get on my little translator. And the reason I think he's doing the translator is so he doesn't so there's no audible thing of him saying it. Yeah. So I couldn't record him on my phone saying these things. So I think he probably spoke a little bit of English, but he just didn't want to say it out loud. And so I messaged him back and I said, all I have on me is 500 pesos. I was like, would that be okay? And he kind of laughs, and for all y'all, 500 pesos is like $28, $30. Yeah. So it's not a ton, but I mean, it's nowhere near 400, but I only had maybe 1,000 on me. Which is,
we don't have USD on us at all times. We have pesos here.
But for pesos, I had about 1,000. So it's like $60, 60-ish bucks. So I messaged him back, and he's like, kind of laughs, and he types back, and he's like, no. He's like, I have 400. He's like, let me talk to the judge. And because he's texting the judge.
Of course.
So I go and message back. Well, first of all, while this is happening, I'm like, I might be fucked here. So I turn on my live location, send it to you, and I said, I'm getting shaken down.
Thank God you did. But...
Yeah, because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him back, or it's another one, and I say, I was like, I have another 500 that I was using for the bus back. Can I, I have 1,000. That's all I have. Yeah. And then and I had to give him my ID, and I gave him my American ID. I gave him my U.S. driver's license. And he's like, where are you from? And I was like, Iowa.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Where the F is that?
And when he's asked about the pen, I said, well, I bought it in Playa del Carmen, meaning like I bought it at a store, because they sell them at the fucking stores there. So I don't know if he thought I meant like I got it off the black market there or something. I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. So I offer him the other 500 and say, I can give you 1,000. That's all I got. And he says, I talked to the judge. He's like, the least I can do is 200. And I said, I do not have 200. Can you throw it away?
Yeah.
Or can you take the 1,000? And he says, no. He's like, this is what it needs to be. And I said, and so at this point, at first I was like, he'll just take the 1,000. At this point, I'm like, okay, so he doesn't want that. I'm going to have to give him $200 to get out of this because I don't know what else to do, really.
Yeah, he's going to take you to jail.
Yeah. And so I don't bring my regular debit card with me. We have this account where we just move a little bit of money over into when we need pesos. So, we don't keep a ton of money in there. And at this point, I do not have $200 in that account.
No, and it takes time to
transfer it. Yeah, it takes like a day to move it over or whatever. So I write back to him and I say, can I do $100? And he says, let me ask the judge.
The judge.
Yeah, the judge is probably his buddy, waiting, wherever.
It's like the other guy standing there,
Yeah, and this is the Policia at this point. This is not like the National Guard or the Army or anything, or the Navy or
local.
Yeah, so which is weird that he's working the port. Anyway, So he goes, no, the judge says it has to be 200 US. And I'm like, all right, well, where's an ATM?
Yeah.
And so he points, and I'm not in a little room or anything. I'm like at the front of this line to get on the ferry at the table where they're searching my bag. Oh, and then also I had like 2 weed gummies in the bag.
Oh my God.
And the lady searched my whole bag, like every fucking pocket, did not find them. She goes to search it again, does a whole nother search. And at that point, I'm like, oh, I'm fucked.
Oh my God.
Did not find it.
You're like, what's this?
Yeah, did not find it either. So thank God for that.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, where's the ATM? He said, he points right behind me. There's a little restaurant right at the port. And he says, ATM's right there. The bathroom's right there. It was right next to it. So I was like, okay. So I go over there and I put my card in. I just try to take 100 out so I could just be like, bro, I got $100. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
Didn't even have that in there. So I couldn't take that out. I got the little receipt that says like declined or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's like behind me at this point, and I'm worried, like, should I look back or see where he's at or whatever? Because I assume they're watching me because they can see this ATM from where they were standing.
Yeah.
And I go and I try to put my card in again. And while I'm doing that, and I get the receipt that says it's declined again because I don't have any fucking money in there.
Yeah.
Out of the corner of my eye, I see the police officer walk by me and walk into the bathroom.
Oh my God.
And right then it clicks. He thinks that I have this money.
Yes.
This is my only shot to get the fuck out of here.
Run.
Because I cannot get this money. So I'm going to jail.
Oh my God.
I mean, if that's what they were going to do, unless they were just scaring me. But
yeah.
But there's no way I can get $200 cash right now. It's just not possible.
Oh my God.
So as soon as I see him go into the bathroom, I turn around and I fucking book it out of
Oh
there.
my God.
I didn't run.
Yes.
I didn't want to like draw attention to myself, but I'm going through like the lines where you buy the tickets and everything, and people are getting off like shuttle buses and everything.
My God. You're like,
and,
get the fuck out of the way.
And so I'm speed walking. I turned my hat around. I took my sunglasses off. And I'm walking out, and it's kind of like a U-shaped thing where the cars have to pull through. And so I'm walking out, I guess, the inn where the cars come in, and I'm almost home free. I'm almost to the sidewalk, and the lady there's this lady, and she's like yelling, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, am I in trouble? Like, did they call the authorities?
Together?
And she goes, you can't go this way. You have. I'm like, I'm just going to the sidewalk right here. And she goes, no, you have to go around this way. So I had to go back into the fucking lion's den.
Oh my God.
And I go back, and I'm trying to like hide behind taxis so I can go out the right way. No. I get out, I get to the sidewalk, I cross the street. I just walk through traffic. They all stop for me, luckily, but I walk through traffic.
Oh my God.
I speed walk down the street. And then when I get to the corner, I run. I run like 2 blocks, and I find a school, and I hide like in the school. Like there's these like bushes. And so I'm there. And then that's when I'm texting you. And I like changed clothes. I had a different shirt in there. I put my swim trunks on. I took my hat off. I took my sunglasses off. And then I call an Uber from there. And then that's when I talk to you.
Yes.
And I was still going though. So
I would have come home. I would have turned around. Yeah. I hadn't even left the house yet for my adventure that day, and you were already messaging me about your day. I was like, I haven't even left the house yet, and we're already causing problems. Oh my God.
Yeah. So there's like 2 or 3 ferry companies that go over to Isla Mujeres, and so there's a new one that Xcaret, the park that we have passes to, does.
Yay.
And it's maybe 15 minutes away down the beach a little ways.
Okay.
Down the coast. So I call the Uber there, and I buy a ticket on the way, and I get there, and before I go in, I'm like, I got to hide my weed gummy somewhere because I don't know if I'm going to get searched again. Like, did they do an all call for like all attention to all ports? Nate Hanson is on the run.
Watch out for this white stoner dude.
And I'm pretty sure he took a picture of my ID, so that's what I'm afraid of. And I don't know what's going to happen with that or anything. And so I get there, and I have different clothes on and everything, and I'm just sitting there looking around, waiting for this ferry to come. Ferry comes, 0 security.
Oh my God.
There's no nothing. There's no bag search. It's just get your happy ass on there.
That's fine. That's great. That's wonderful.
So
they're our new company.
Yeah. So I took it over there. I avoided getting extorted by the police. I ran from the Mexican police. And hopefully nothing happens.
Thank God. Oh my God. Who has $600 on them? Any kind of money.
Americans on vacation in Cancun.
I guess so. Jesus.
You see people sometimes, and they're like, oh yeah, like how much money should I bring? Like $1,000? Because instead of just taking it out of the ATM here and getting pesos, people will bring down like $1,000 and then convert them here.
Yeah.
Which, I guess whatever, but
whatever you want to do, just don't have it on you at all times or your passport. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So So I made it.
Yay.
Yes.
I'm so glad you are not in Mexican jail. I didn't know how I was going to help you.
And I talked to some of our local friends, and they were like, nah, man, you're fine. They're not like going to flag you at the airport, because they're like, if anything, CBD is not illegal, and they tried to extort you. So you just tell them that, and you got scared and ran, and that's why you did what you did.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I don't have any like actual evidence. Like I was gonna, like when I pulled out my phone to contact you, I was thinking, should I start recording this? But he didn't say a fucking word about anything because he translated the entire thing. So I think he did that on purpose.
You should have just done a Facebook Live and been like, this is what's going on right now. Like, or yelled to the restaurant people like, help, ayuda.
They don't care. They'll just say, oh, that he's doing something illegal or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I made it.
Yay.
Safe.
Thank God.
Yeah. It was scary. Actually, I really wasn't that scared because I was out in the open and there's like fucking like beach music playing, and there's there's just tourists and the wind and the ocean and stuff. So I was very relaxed.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's just trying to get some money out of me. Like I can get out of this. And once I realized like he ain't fucking around, then I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But so I ended up getting to Isla Mujeres. I took a taxi down to this place that we go to snorkel. And so I was fucking stressed. So
I'm sure.
I ate a weed gummy. I may have had some mushroom chocolate as well. So
you were just asking for it.
Oh, dude, I was ready to fucking party by myself. My plan in my head was like, I'm gonna go snorkel. I'm just gonna be like floating and yeah, exactly. Like just feeling relaxed as hell by myself. I don't have anybody else like to watch out for or anything. So I did that, or I ate those, and I snorkeled for a little while. It was kind of rough, so I decided to start going to other places around the island. Well, I got a taxi down there. We had rented a golf cart previously, so I didn't really know how you get back. Like, how do I call a taxi from the fucking jungle?
Oh, yeah, true. Like, I'm out here.
And so I was like, I'm just going to start walking, and maybe a taxi will drive by and pick me up. So I just start walking, and the gummies are starting to kick in.
Uh-oh.
And I come up to this other bar, and it has Christmas decorations, 30 peso beers, and a Michael Jackson impersonator performing. And mind you, this is like 2 p.m.
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting there and I was just going to get some to-go beers and continue to walk. So I just got like 2-3 beers for 30 pesos, which is like $1.50.
Yeah.
About that, $1.60 maybe. And so I'm sitting there and I'm just by myself. And I think I was sending you messages the whole time so I wouldn't forget all these things that was happening to me. And I was like, is this really happening? Are these the mushrooms? Is there a Michael Jackson impersonator at 2 p.m. in the jungle at a Mexican beach bar with Christmas decorations?
Oh, I was going to ask, was it the drugs or was it real?
No, it was real.
Nope.
I have video evidence.
Thank God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
what was Michael Jackson doing there?
He was he was dressed like, I don't know, 40-year-old Michael Jackson, I guess, like kind of the white, like the curly hair.
Yeah.
And he was just spinning around and doing his little dances and stuff. I mean, he was pretty good, but it was just very odd for in the middle of the day in the jungle at this little island beach bar.
Very, very strange. Very weird.
So I continued to
Mexico.
Right. So I continued to walk with my to-go beers. And then I forget there is a bus that goes around the island. I know nothing about it. I don't know how much it is, how often it comes or anything. So I asked the bartender at that bar and I said, hey, like, what's the deal with the bus? Like, and he says, comes every 15 minutes, 20 pesos. So it's a fucking $1. I was like, what? So I took a taxi down there, which I probably really didn't need to.
Yeah.
So I just start walking, through the jungle, kind of like, jungle road, but then the beach, the bus pulls up, give him $1. I have my 2 beers and cups, like open container. I get on, I sit down, take off, and go all the way around the island.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
We've been renting golf carts for $100 a day or whatever.
I know. And it's fun. And it's something like, if you've never been, it's fun to do for a couple hours.
Drive around.
But if you're just trying to get around there, you don't need a golf cart.
That's great.
Yeah, so
oh my gosh.
Good to know.
Very good to know.
Yeah. So I take it around back to the town, like the main area. And there's this craft beer bar that you and I have been to before. So I pop in there. It's like the only one on the island. So I pop in there. Can't remember what it's called, but they had 2-for-1s on the IPAs from Pescadores.
Of course.
So I was like, fuck yeah.
Yes.
So I get 4 of those, or I get 2 of those. So I get 4 total. And then I bought 2 other beers. And they give me, those little like cardboard beer boxes. It holds like 6. It has a little window in them and handles and everything.
Yeah.
So he puts them all in there. I was like, oh, this is great. Because I was planning on getting these beers and then going to North Beach and just chilling there. Because the south part of Isla Mujeres is more snorkeling. It's a little more rocky, sandy, or not sandy, like murky-ish.
Yeah.
But then the north side is like at this beautiful sand beach. So I was like, all right, I did my snorkeling. Now I'm going to go to the north side and do some swimming. So I have the beers and I'm walking. And oh no, sorry. When he's putting the beers in the box, he before he gives them to me, the manager goes, wait, check the bottom, make sure it's good. Make sure like all the flaps are put in or whatever, because it's like one of those ones you build.
The box is built.
Yeah. And she checks it. He's like, okay, there you go, on your way. And so I'm taking pictures of it like in front of their sign because I want to promote them and everything. And I get like halfway down the road and I'm like, I'm gonna drink one of these. So I pop it open and the whole thing is foam. It's like you can tell it's probably old, like it's been there for quite a while.
That's why they were cheap.
Yeah. And my whole cup was just full of foam. It was like 95% foam.
Oh no.
It was terrible. And so I was like, fuck, that sucks. So I'm home. I go down this other road where it's just like cement paved road, and there's a bunch of food trucks, just like taco trucks, torta trucks, I don't know, churros, just like everything.
All the things.
And I'm walking, I'm almost to the beach, and all of a sudden I hear this boom.
Oh no.
The bottom of my box falls out, and my glass bottles all hit and explode.
Oh no.
Every single one of them.
But the manager checked it.
I know.
Oh, no.
And part of me is like, that's fucked. Like, they
can like tape the bottom or something.
And then part of me was thinking like, I should have just taken them out and put them in my backpack. I don't know why I didn't, but it's like, I have a box for them.
Yeah,
why wouldn't I?
It's a 6-pack or whatever.
Yeah, so fucking pissed.
Oh,
but it was
no.
really nice. Most of the food trucks are run by like a family or whatever.
Yeah.
This little kid, maybe like 9-10 years old, that was working for his parents at one of the food trucks. His job was like, he was the custodian or whatever.
Yeah, like cleaning up.
Yeah, cleaning up the
crew.
plates and the trash and stuff around the little food truck area. He runs over with his little broom thing and helps scoop all the glass off because it was on the street and I felt terrible and I'm trying to pick up the pieces. He like scooped it up and everything like that and
like, I got
took
you,
it over.
amigo.
So I gave him a couple bucks for
That's nice.
helping me out because I don't want to leave glass on the street and
Yeah.
he had the utensils to help me. Little side note, kind of like when we went to the mall with our buddy Tom and Cindy and their dog, and she's a puppy.
Yep.
And peed all over the floor.
Yep.
In the mall. So and this mall actually doesn't allow dogs. The other one does.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't. So we're like, fuck, what do we do? And they go and find the custodian, and they pay him a couple bucks to come clean up the dog pee.
That was so nice of him because we all felt so bad.
Yeah. But so I was I went and bought another a big ass beer, Kawama, and went over to the beach and just sat there and drank my beer and just like the sun wasn't setting, but it was starting to set, and I was just relaxing. And all of a sudden, it was like at this certain time, it was like 5:00. All these dogs just come out of it was a fucking puppy party.
Puppy party.
There was a Frenchie, there was a golden retriever
Puppy
or
peach
something.
party.
What is it? Chihuahua? They're just all these different dogs, and they were just frolicking in the water and having a good time, and people are swimming with their dogs and stuff. Where in Playa, they're kind of like dicks about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no dogs allowed, and what if they poop on the beach or whatever? It's like, just fucking clean it up. So it was cool that this community is like that.
Yeah.
But they're just like, bro, your dogs need to swim too. They need to enjoy themselves. Just maybe they have a rule like after 5 or something like that.
Maybe that's why they all came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So,
You definitely would have noticed a bunch of dogs when you got there and been like, oh, this must be the puppy beach.
Yeah.
So it must be.
Yeah. So it must be a time. But man, it was a good trip.
You had a day.
Yeah. It started off bad. I'm super happy that I didn't turn around and go home because that was, I know you told me to, and I probably maybe should have at that point, but I was like, no, I'm already up here. Sure. Like, I don't I'm so close. I'm literally a 20-minute ferry ride. So I'm glad I did. I had a really good time, just like relaxing and, being by myself a little bit. So that was fun.
Good.
Yeah.
I love that you left for your adventure before me and you got home after me.
Yeah. I got home like 10 p.m.
I got 6 girls up and back to Cancun before you could even get home.
Well, you had a scheduled ride.
We did.
But no, I think I caught the last ferry.
Oh.
Because, it's like once it gets dark, it just like time just flies by.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, it's only 5. Oh, now it's 7. Like,
yeah, is
or
it 5?
8
Is
or
it
whatever.
8? What time is it?
Yeah, and so I think I caught the last ferry. I fell asleep on the ferry. When we docked, like the guys had to wake me up because
Oh
I
my
like had
God.
passed out on the ferry. Then I took an Uber over to the bus station, took then the bus from Cancun to Playa del Carmen. So yeah, so I made it back.
That's good. I'm glad you're okay and you're not in jail.
Yes, yeah.
And we're not 600 in the hole.
Yeah, definitely. But I learned a lot. You know, like we always say with like my Egypt trip or my Euro trip or whatever, that I like figure it out and then I bring you and we do it like the right way.
Yeah.
Even though you and I have been to Isla a number of times, now I know like all these. I know, you know, there's a Michael Jackson impersonator at this Jungle Beach bar that we could go to.
Can't wait to see him.
Yeah, or just the dollar bus around the island, which it makes it so much easier. Because even if the taxis are a couple bucks, if you just want, like, if we wanted to go from the South Tip to that brewery and then from there to the next place, then we got to get 2 taxis.
Right.
But the bus, it's just hop on, hop off,
that's
and they'll
great.
pick you up. There's not even bus stops. They'll pick you up anywhere.
That's right
You
up
just,
our alley.
yeah, you just wave on the side of the road and they stop, and then when you want to get off, you just tell them to stop again, and boom.
So it's like a big collectivo.
Yeah, exactly,
Pretty
exactly. So, yeah, so that is it for this past weekend. I don't know. Do we have anything? What's going on this weekend?
More
Wait.
things. I think we're going to work with our friend Wanda and Charitable Tourism, charitabletourism.com. We're doing some Christmas hampers for local families in need in our community. Then I think we have a birthday.
Yeah, Edgar's birthday.
Edgar's
We're
birthday.
going to Freaky Tiki.
Freaky Tiki Bar and Grill on 5th and in between 34th and 38th. They're
Yeah.
going to have a rock band called Crossover there, and he loves classic rock, I guess.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, we don't just randomly know so much about random bars. We're doing the social media for Freaky Tiki now, so if you're ever in Playa del Carmen, check it out or hit us up, and we can let you know the beer specials and everything. But they got great food, and the beers are like 35 pesos during happy hour, which is like $1.60, $1.70, and then 45 after that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Great deals,
good deal.
great food. It's like our kind of makes us feel like we're at home. It's kind of one of those like comfortable bars that
Yeah.
they have music and
It reminds me of like a Key West bar.
Yeah.
Like people will come there, they're up dancing.
Yeah.
They're playing like good kind of just island rock, you know,
Yes.
usually, or, you know, a little bit of everything.
they got
And
a little bit of everything.
the
So, yeah.
food's really good too. So yeah, check that out.
Yep.
All right. Well, that I'm sure we'll have some stories for,
I'm
for
sure
next week.
we will. I'm sure we will.
But before we get out of here, we did have one listener question from Brian that we hadn't gotten to, and he was wondering, how did we meet?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a fun one.
Yeah. So funny enough, Alexis's best friend Chrissy, who is here right now, and you guys went to the boat show together.
Yep.
How long have you guys known each other?
Someone just asked me that, and I don't even know. I think
Yeah.
I moved to Florida in 2006 or 2007. And then I was only in Florida for about a year, and then I met her. We worked at a sports bar together. So probably since 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Give
so,
or take.
Yeah. Good. I mean, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's my
Well, not 30 years, but yeah.
BFF.
No, I guess it would be 30 years, right? No. Oh, no. I was thinking 98. So, yeah, 2008.
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
not
like, wait, what?
98.
No, so like 14 years.
Yes.
But so Jason's old producer, Bull, for his Orlando show, when I was interning there, he was the producer. And so, and I, like I said, I was the intern. So we would hang out pretty often. We'd go out to the bars or whatever. He started dating randomly Chrissy.
Yes.
Which I didn't know her ahead of time. And so they were going out to a show in Orlando, and I was meeting them. And so we all met there, and it was just us three. I was like the third wheel, basically.
Oh, great.
And so we're there for a little while, and she looks over to me, and she goes, "You know what? You'd really like my friend Alexis." And I was like, okay. She's like, "You should friend her on Facebook."
Oh.
And I go, "Well, isn't that a little weird?" I mean, this was, what, 2012, 2011?
Yeah, like 10.
Yeah, so that's still a little weird at the time, just to like randomly friend somebody without like talking to them first or letting them know. She's like, "Oh, no, I'll let her know. She's like, and she showed me pictures of you, and I was like, "Oh, she's hot. Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Hello, Miss Lady." And so from your side, what did she text you that night? Did she tell you
I'm
like
not
anything
sure.
about
I don't
me?
remember. I think she did text me that night, and she sent me your Facebook profile. And I remember being like, this guy seems weird. I was like, he's cute, but he seems weird because you had.
It was my pub crawl days, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but you had weird profile pictures. I think at the time it was whatever like holiday or something, and your head was always on something else. It was like a turkey or like something funny.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
I was gonna say I would Photoshop me doing goofy things, you know.
Yes.
So yeah, I think for Thanksgiving I used to, that scene in Seinfeld where Kramer is like the turkey or whatever in his head.
It's so tan.
I put my head on there, or if part of me, it was like me going down the chimney as Santa or something. So yeah, I'd always Photoshop goofy stuff.
You did. You always had. And her spin on it was like, oh, look, he's creative.
Right.
He's artsy like you. You like Photoshop. I was like, all right. So she's like, you got to, accept. I'm pretty sure I accepted your friend request. And then, we went from there.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I think I messaged you a couple times, like we were trying to like hang out at some point.
Yeah.
And I think you guys started to plan the Earth, Wind, and Fire show, right?
Yeah.
Or she started to try to work on you to get us to be able to go.
Yes. I
So
used to work at Hard Rock in Orlando. My dad got me the gig actually with one of his buddies, and I would do wardrobe, like tailoring for whatever band they had that night. I pretty much always worked when Earth, Wind, and Fire was in town. I always worked with them. Phenomenal guys. And their costume designer, their fashion designer, Lewis Wells, him and I became friends. So like every time they were there, I would work with him and Earth, Wind, and Fire. And they would also give me concert tickets. So I think I had maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gave me like 4 every time they come to Orlando. I could ask for more, but I had 4, and I told Chrissy, let's get a couple girls, let's go out, we'll go watch the concert. It'll be fun. Let's have a girls' night. She was like, I'm seeing this guy. It'd be really nice to bring him. We kind of were making plans that night. He has, his friend Nate would really like to get you guys together. I remember throwing a hissy fit. Like, no, I want to go out with the girls, not these boys. I don't know these boys.
Right.
Like, why do I have to meet somebody? Whatever. Long story long, all the girls couldn't make it. You guys ended up coming.
Yeah. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
So this was like maybe a week or 2 out from when we had friended on Facebook.
Right.
So I was like messaging you on the side, or not on the side, I guess private messaging you. And I was like, hey, like, do you want to get together sometime? You want to come over? I can cook you dinner. And you're like, yeah, let's just meet at the concert.
Yeah. I remember messaging my mom. I'm like, this guy wants me to come over and he wants to cook me dinner. Pretty sketch, right? She was like, absolutely not. You will be murdered. You'll be one of those Oxygen Channel, like ID Network murders. I was like, but true. That's what I was like, no, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
What guy cooks you dinner? Like, that doesn't happen.
12 years later, this guy.
Still cooking me dinner.
Still doing it.
Still doing it.
Oh, yeah. So we ended up going to the Earth, Wind, and Fire show, all of us together.
Yep.
I think they may have gotten a little tiff and went home.
Yep.
And you and I were like, well, let's hang out. So I invited you to come downtown afterwards to meet my friends, and I had a lot of girlfriends at the time.
You did. You did. A lot of friends, a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah.
We had a great time at the show, so I was like, all right, let's go.
And
Why
guys, I'm telling you, it's always good to have a bunch of good, like, platonic girlfriends that you don't hook up with or anything, because especially for this instance, they talked me up to you, right?
Yes, they pretty much sold me on you. I was like, yeah, they were just so excited. We love Nate. He's the greatest guy, which any friends would say, but they were very believable. They were like, Nate's the best guy. He's so nice. Where are you from? Getting to know them. And they were all fun, like Sam, Brittany, all your girlfriends at the time. They were all so much fun and really nice. I was like, I get to date this guy and he comes along with like these 5 awesome girlfriends. Okay, great. Most of them had boyfriends. So it was like, I was like, who are these girls to you? I mean, just friends.
Yeah. Well, and it always looks better. I mean, I would assume as a woman, of course, a guy's boys are going to be like, oh yeah, dude, he's a fucking cool bro, man. You guys would be great together. But when a woman to woman or female to female are telling him like, hey, this is a good guy, I would think you'd take that with a little bit more weight.
Yeah, true. I mean, they're your friends. They're going to say good things. They're not going to go, well, he he does have a couple.
But a
red
bunch of girls
flags.
wouldn't hang around a guy they thought was a douchebag, probably.
True. Agreed. That was like already, what do you say, green flag instead of a red flag?
Oh, yeah.
The girls,
Green
green
light?
flag. Yeah, green light. So, yeah, they were really nice. And they were like, he's the best, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so we kind of just, then we started, I mean, we were kind of seeing each other for like a couple months. And then I think we started dating in like October of 2012.
Facebook official.
Or official, like exclusive. Because you were going to go on a booze cruise and you were like, what are we? I basically asking like, are we exclusive, or when I leave, are you going to hook up with people or whatever? And so then I think we kind of became more exclusive then, right? Was it then or?
Yeah, I remember then. And I was just thinking about this because we were talking about this story the other day. And we found that picture of Tiger and Pharaoh in the back of your old Volvo or whatever you had at the time. You guys actually like drove me to my girlfriend's house where we were leaving for the booze cruise, and you were watching my dog.
Oh, yeah.
So why was I even asking you, like, what are we? Because you had my dog. So I should have assumed, like, you're not going anywhere.
I'm about to bang in front of your dog. Like, no.
We were like, I think I was just getting confirmation, like, you know.
Yeah.
Are we together or not? Because there's a lot of boys on this booze cruise.
And then we lived on opposite sides of town, of Orlando, and you would, after work, come over, or vice versa, stay the night, and then you'd have to go to work in the morning, and you'd bring Tiger over, or I'd bring Pharaoh over. And when we used to go back and forth, and they were both at like our houses, our respective houses, they would get super depressed,
super sad.
They would like miss each other. Like Tiger would just like kind of mope around or something.
You'd be moping around. You'd be texting me like, Pharaoh is barely eating. He's just like looking around. I'm like, oh my God, they loved each other before we loved each other.
Yeah. So then you started leaving him over, and then I think for one of our dating anniversaries, then I gave you like a key to my apartment.
Yes.
And then we moved in together.
Yeah. You would come pick up Tiger too when he was at my place and I was at work. You were like, I'm going to come pick him up if you don't mind, and take him and Pharaoh to the puppy park. You were like the afternoon dad. You take the puppies.
I was a stay-at-home dad.
Yes.
Because I was working, or I was going to college, or I was going to school, but then I was interning at the radio station at that time. So I had kind of like weird hours and stuff. Yeah,
and I had a normal like 9 to 5 job. So you'd come pick him up and he'd be so happy, like, you know, skeeping.
Yeah.
Come help me.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. A little bit longer than normal, but we had a lot of shit to talk about.
We had a lot go on.
Yeah, exactly. So
let's keep it under control this weekend.
Yeah. So again, if you're enjoying the stories, enjoying the podcast, buymeacoffee.com/Hansons on Hiatus. You can buy us a beer. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, whatever else at Hansons on Hiatus. But let's get this weekend going. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.